Hello Scorpio, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Scorpio for the week of September 5th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and see what we have going on for you. Now I am using the Mermaid Tarot as well as the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. All right. Let's go ahead and put that right there. We'll also take 3 of these Keepers of the Light cards to clarify as we go along. All right. Scorpio. So, definitely liking what I'm seeing here. Something with the throat chakra showing up. Maybe if that comes in later, I'll talk about it some more, but that's something related to your communication. We are in a Mercury retrograde. That's probably just what it is. We are moving into a Mercury retrograde here very soon. Not at the time of this video being published, but very soon. Mercury is in its shadow period already. And so just friendly reminder, give yourself extra time if you're traveling. Be careful of saying something you later regret. Situations like that, nothing to be afraid of, nothing to be scared of. We deal with Mercury retrogrades multiple times a year, every year. We'll make it. But anyway, really good cards here. So there's definitely new beginning here showing up in the middle of the reading. We have one in the past here with the ace, but the middle card here, it is the overall message. It spills into the rest of the cards. And so some of you are definitely making a transition to a kind of a new, it could be, you could be making a career transition here. You could also be making a move as well, like physically relocating, but let's dive in here. There could also be, by the way, progression in a relationship. In other words, if some of you are interested in new love, that certainly could be on the board here for some of you. In the overall situation, as I've mentioned, we do have the Fool card. So the Fool is, for me, the most powerful card in a tarot reading. It is like all 4 aces combined into one card. The reason being is this is the first step in the journey of the major arcana. You can think of the Fool as the hero, and this is the hero's journey or the Fool's journey. This is starting the hero's journey to the Fool's journey through the major arcana. And so this is extremely powerful because it starts off everything. And take a look here, right? They don't have any possessions. The only possessions they have are what is in this backpack and their walking stick. And so this is the idea that sometimes in life we just have to go for it, right? This person is brand new to an adventure. You could say that the world is like having child eyes, or seeing the world as if you were a child again. Seeing the world as if you were brand new again, and getting excited, not worrying about what's behind you, not worrying about what's ahead of you, but just worrying about now and just getting started on whatever is right in front of you. And that's this idea of the Fool. It's an extremely exciting energy. In the past, you do have the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Now, this could certainly be talking about your energy here. Queen of Cups. It could be any water sign. This could certainly be you showing up. However, the Queen of Cups is really, for me, the second most intuitive card in the tarot behind the High Priestess. And so you've had an intuition recently about love for some of you. Some of you have had an intuition about love recently. And kind of, if you look at this energy here, sort of like there's like energy swirling out of the cup. I think some of you have put new energy in love recently, and I think some of you have intuitively just been allowing yourself to do what feels right for you in your love life. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. It does mean that certain people, that does mean that we have to sort of move on from certain people many times, but and that can certainly be a challenge. But I do think that some of you are giving new energy or new life to your love situation. There could be somebody here available to you with the Ace of Cups here that you've already met. Maybe somebody from the past here. On a different level, some of you are getting a new journey or a new start in or you've really started, or you've embarked on this new journey or this new start around something that makes you extremely happy, okay? And so if cups isn't about love, like if love's just not in your sphere of influence, if it's not what you're spending your time on right now, you know, this new start is something that will fulfill you. It's something that will make you happy. It's something that you feel aligned towards. And what's good about that is, you know, you don't need to align your energy to anybody else, right? You can just go for what you want. And you can go for what feels right to you, kind of like the child, right? The child being born, they do what they want. And it's great because they don't have any preconceived notions of what other people want. And so think about it that way. I'm getting that child self energy very heavily here on your reading, and connecting to your child self. Doesn't matter what age you are, you can connect to your child self at any age. In the future, you have the King of Wands as well as the Six of Swords here showing up. So love this energy for you. The King of Wands is the classic entrepreneur in the tarot. This is somebody who is a sound business leader. This is somebody who, most importantly, follows their passions. And this is not somebody that you will find working in a job that they don't like. You will never find a true King of Wands in a dead-end job, because for them, that is like the end of the world. That is like prison for them. They will never be in a situation like that. And for the King of Wands, they will always, always, always have an opportunity available to them, because they have so many talents, they have so many passions, they have so many ambitions, and that is an attractive trait or quality in an employee. And it also gives the King of Wands a lot of vitality to start their own business. And so this is an entrepreneurial energy. You have this here with the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is going through a transition in your life, kind of going through a rite of passage. It's this feeling of being guided forward, guided along your path. And it comes forward after you've maybe worked through some sort of loss in your life. And so, you know, it's kind of like one of these messages where I really do want to get some clarifications here, which I'm going to do in just a second. But the other thing is, you know, I think you're getting a new beginning. For some of you, you're getting this new start in your love life, and it's because you've reframed your mind around what love looks like to you, or what love feels like to you, probably, because it's cups. And then for others of you, it's this idea of following your passions and your hobbies and unlocking your child self and kind of connecting that to business in some ways. So let's go ahead and let's start to clarify. So you have the Four of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Lover's card, and you have the Empress. All right, Scorpio. So this is definitely one of these readings where there are multiple things going on here, multiple timelines. And some of you have taken a moment here and you've taken a second to reflect, reconsider, re-engage, restart. Because you have this Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is all about rest, recovery, rejuvenation, recuperation. For you, I think there's been something in here around reflecting here very heavily with the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. You've been reflecting on what makes you happy, what makes you fulfilled, what do you love, how do you love, all of those sorts of things. How do you want love to look like for you? You've taken a step back and you've analyzed this. You've maintained, or you've created a sort of eagle eye vision. You've perched up and you've looked down in on your life and you've said, what do I want? What do I want? As a result, this has led you to remove some type of burden here. The Ten of Wands is a burden that you're carrying on your shoulder. It's the weight of the world. It's like carrying the weight of the world on your back. Ten of Wands is all about hard work. It is a completion, but it says that with that hard work, as you are completing things, you are adding to your bank of skills. You're adding to your bank of knowledge. And you certainly are experienced when you get the Ten of Wands. But some of you have, I think this is more about, as you've taken a step back here, you've removed some burdens that just were not helping you grow as a person. The Lovers and the Empress is an interesting combination. Both major arcanas, both bigger energies. along with the Fool. And so the Lovers is clearly, for some of you, this is about love. This is about deep relationships. This is about all of those sorts of things. But if you take a look in this illustration, you can see that they're looking in the mirror. And they're looking for kind of what reflection, like what does the reflection say to them? And I'm getting this idea of self-love. Okay, I'm getting this idea of self-love here with the Lovers for you. And along with that, you have this idea of the Empress. The Empress is the mother archetype, okay, but it's also the most abundant card in the tarot. It is the idea that you can nurture something into your life and see it grow into something big. And so for some of you, this is about some sort of switch or change or transition in business. For some of you, this is about, it's almost like having self-love, and as you have self-love, you meet somebody that's maybe more in alignment with you. Let's go ahead and take a look at these 3 oracle cards here and see what we have. So you have Lord Shiva, Transcendence, Rise Up, Honor Your Inner Force, Steps Are Being Given, Dance with the Universe. You have the Divine Director, Intervention and Purpose, Divine Intervention is occurring, Know that you are being guided, Happiness is your purpose. And you have Master Buddha, Increased Awareness, Deep Connection, Trust Your Inner Voice. I do think that you have spent a lot of time here connecting and reflecting. But if you watched my readings before, this Lord Shiva card is associated with the sacral chakra, which is about your sexual energies. I do think some of you are just looking at relationships in a new way, and just like, using your energy in a new way. This Divine Director, if you've watched my readings before, it's one of the most important cards in this oracle deck, because I've seen the Divine Director come forward when people like have schedule changes that come up suddenly, or important people step into their life that give them the right message at the right time. Like I said, there could be like shakeups, but all of these things are kind of the universe's way of directing you towards a proper outcome or the right outcome for you. And so, there could be someone stepping in here. There's certainly a new beginning for some of you. I also think that there is some sort of new aim of focus or new direction in your career life. Let's go ahead and start to clarify. If you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. So you have the 3 of Cups, you have the 2 of Swords, and you also have the 3 of Pentacles. So an interesting layer here in the pyramid that is now kind of showing up. So 3s in the tarot represent Trinity, unity, other people, being involved. The 3 of Cups can refer to your social circle, while the 3 of Pentacles can refer to your colleagues and your teammates. Those cards can be modified depending on if you have something like all of the cards. But like, let's say you have the 7 of Swords, that's a completely different meaning when combined with the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. You do not have that. However, you do have the 2 of Swords, okay? And what's interesting is you have the 2 of Swords here in between the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. So you can see the 2 of Swords illustration here. There are 2 people who are like engaged in a battle. And the 2 of Swords is all about having a war of words between you and another person. It could be about issues around communication. It can be around feeling like you're restricted in speech. Again, there was something about your throat chakra here. And what's going on is that some of you may just be unsure of how to communicate yourself or how to communicate to another person here. Okay, some of you are feeling a little bit restricted. You have something to say to somebody, you don't know how to say it. Because there's certainly at least 1 or 2 other people involved here in your situation with the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. This could be in a work context. It could be in a social or a love context as well. Let's get some clarification on these 2 cards. You have the Page of Pentacles, and you also have the Death card. So the Death card is the Scorpio card, and it's because, Scorpio, you are the deepest sign in the tarot. And if you look here, there's a lot going on under the surface, right? This person here is pulling the bird out of the water, but they don't realize all that's going on here under the surface. You, Scorpio, have an incredible ability of uncovering and investigating and going under the surface. And you're also really kind of inclined to embrace transformations. The Death card is about a transformation. I think what's going on here, some of you are about to cut out the noise and say, I'm doing me right now. I'm doing me, and I'm not worrying about what other people want me to do. The Page of Pentacles is about prospects in life. You certainly have an abundance of prospects here, both in life, love, and work. It just depends on kind of where you are at in this reading, like what you're here for. Wow, at the top of the pyramid, you have the Page of Cups, so some sort of love offer or happy offer definitely is available to you. It's just some of you are looking in the mirror and asking yourself what you want. And also, are you practicing self-love? Because if you're not, that's going to be very important for you. You have the Chariot on the bottom. The Chariot is all about self-discipline, which then drives success and victory into your life. So I love this reading for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I will see you in the next reading.